What? I thought y'all like aesthetic. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Book Vibes. If you're new here, this is a place where you read what you like, because if it vibes with you, that's what you do. Okay, so as you can see below, you guys, we have a haul. It is a huge haul, but it is from March and April. March was my birthday month. In April, I just extended my birthday month. Let's just say that. Let's just say I extended my birthday month. That's what we're going to go with. I have over 130 volumes to show you. I want to get through it as quickly as possible. Down below, you will see the timestamps. You can either go to each chapter or watch the whole thing through, or watch one chapter and come back and read and watch another one. It's up to you. Just click like and subscribe if you like it. And we're going to get into it. So first up, I picked up Spy Family Volume 7. A lot of people have picked this up. It's a great series so far, and it is just released an anime, and I am loving the anime, and you should check it out. And you should also check this out if you don't want to commit to the volume. Read it on the Shonen Jump app. Next up, I got Chainsaw Man Volume 10, and when I tell you the hype around Chainsaw Man is real, oh my god, believe it. Believe it, because there's a lot of series that I won't read because the hype is too high. Yeah, Volume 10, woo! If you know, you know. Get into it. It is also on the Shonen Jump app if you don't want to commit to the volumes, but it's worth it. Next up, I picked up Kaiju number 8 Volume 2. Another super hyped up series, but another series super worth it. It is a very well done kaiju monster type series, which is not something I'm typically into, but the characters and the storyline so far has drawn me in, and it is only on Volume 2, so I hope it continues that way. I also picked up Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 15. I have nothing to say about this. Another series that I have been waiting on for like almost a year, and it's finally come out, and I'm probably gonna have to read the whole series again because I done forgot everything, is Something's Wrong With Us Volume 7 and Volume 8. You guys, this is a really good josei. Some people say it's a shoujo, but I really think it's a josei. It is a food manga, as well as a thriller manga, as well as a romance manga, as well as a whatever else you want it to be, because it has a lot. It's got a lot going on. It is drama, 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 drama. I also picked up A Record of Ragnarok Volume 2. I don't have much to say. I have not read Volume 1, but there's a lot of hype around this one. I think once I get Volume 3, then I will actually start reading it. I also picked up Hell's Paradise Volume 13. This is the last volume in a series. You guys, this is a great series. God tier, God tier. And what do I know about tiers? I didn't even make it on the tier list. Anyway, this is a great series. It has all the elements: love, romance, action, thriller, mystery, everything. Drama. There's drama in here too. So get into it, try it out. I almost want to say you wouldn't regret it, but I don't know your taste. But I highly, highly recommend Hell's Paradise. I also picked up Fist of the North Star Volume 4. Once again, I'm really enjoying Fist of the North Star. I'm going to continue collecting this. I also picked up number 5 Volume 4. This is the last volume in the series. Still a very stunning cover. I think for the most part this was a cover buy. I think they're just beautiful. The story is really difficult to get into. I've said this before, so I'm going to read it all together when I have a chance to focus in on really what's going on. I also picked up Blue Period Volume 6. This is another great series, very different for the shonen seinen type category. I don't know if I would recommend this to everybody, but most of the people that have read it so far have really enjoyed it. So if you want something different, I would go for Blue Period. I would try it out. I also picked up Volume 17 of Beastars. You guys already know how much I love Beastars. It's the first series that I ever picked up, and it keeps changing, y'all. Like, there's so many twists and turns. I feel like she didn't know what she wanted, so she just was like, I'm gonna throw everything together. But it's working. I also picked up Zom 100. What is this, Volume 5? I'm a little scared to read this because everybody's saying that it sucks. It was really good in the beginning, but sometimes good things come to a close. And of course, I picked up the series that everybody likes to hate. And yes, I'm throwing shade. I'm throwing shade, y'all. I picked up volumes 11 and 12 of Rent a Girlfriend. Look, I don't care what nobody says. I love Rent a Girlfriend. I'm not gonna keep reading it because it vibes with me. And of course, I picked up Asadora Volume 5. You already know I'm gonna pick up something from Naoki Urasawa. Love the man, love his art, love his stories. Everything. I don't think I've ever read a bad story by Naoki Urasawa yet, so Asadora 5. I also picked up Living Room Matsunaga-san Volume 10. This is probably the oddest series that I own and the oddest series that I love, but it's such a good story, and it again has twisted and turned. Like, there's so many twists and turns in this series. Like, you can't read this and be like, you know what, I want to know what happens next. That's how I feel about it. So check out Living Room Matsunaga-san if you want like a, if this is a shoujo or is it a seinen? I don't know, but it's good. I like it. I also picked up Volume 10 of Berserk. You guys don't mean it's Berserk. You guys already know what's up. I also picked up Oku Volume 19. This is the last volume in the series, so I have completed Oku. Oku is a josei about a period where all the men were dying off, so the women became the rulers and the men went into the harems. So it is a really cool story. I think a lot of the problems that people have with this is that it's written in Old English, and so it's a little difficult to read or get into, but it's a good story, y'all. Trust me. And the reason why I bought it is because of these beautiful covers and the spines are black. I know. That's a terrible reason. I know. But yeah. So for the new series that I picked up Alice in Borderland. You guys, a lot of people know about it. Yes, we complained about the quality. Yes, we were upset about it, but we're gonna get past that because it is a great story. I watched the live action on Netflix a little while back, and me and Marg reads Manga, we were talking about it, and this was the first live action that made me cry. Like, I cried out of anger. Okay, I was mad. I was like, they killed a lot of people, and they ain't had to kill some of the people that they killed. It was just heart-wrenching. My husband also picked up Doubt for me. It looks like a mobile phone game, has taken Japan by storm. So it's very similar to Alice in Borderland, actually. Like one of those death games, but it looks like the humans have rabbit heads. I don't know very much about it, but I'm really excited to get into this. There's only 2 omnibuses, so I'm probably gonna get the next one pretty soon. So Doubt. I also picked up A Bride's Story Volumes 1 and 2, mainly because HBO Manga enjoyed them. Now, her and I have very similar taste in manga, and when she said she was reading something like this, I was like, really, girl? But then she said it was a seinen, and then she said it was a historical manga, and then she showed the art, and I was like, excuse me? Let me show you one sample of the art. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Look how detailed this man. Look, this is beautiful. It's beautiful. So there are 13 volumes out, and I'm probably going to get all of them pretty soon. I also picked up Orochi by Kazuo Umezo. He is the author of The Drifting Classroom, and I really love that he's a horror mangaka who Junji Ito got a lot of his inspiration from. So of course I'm going to get something from the original. And these volumes, I don't know if you can see that, they're really pretty. Like, I think they did a great job with this cover. A really good friend, Marg from Marg's Read Manga, she bought me a birthday present, and she got me, I had that same dream again. This is the same mangaka who wrote the manga, and I believe the light novel as well. She didn't do the art, but she wrote the story. Yoro Sumino. She wrote I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. That story, I was angry at that story too. It had me crying, but I also wanted to try this, so she got it for my birthday. Thank you. So I also picked up The Basic Sakamoto Days Volume 1. Now I feel like everybody picked up Sakamoto Days. I also picked up a one-shot that's kind of controversial. It's called Lychee Light Club by Usamaru Furuya. As you can see, I started reading it. I'm a little confused, so I'm gonna make sure I read it when I'm focused, but people are either recommending it or not recommending it, so I'm really excited to read this. I also picked up Utsubora by Asumiko Nakamura. Don't know much about it. All I know is about a novelist who plagiarized, and I'm thinking this woman showed up. I'm not sure, but the covers, I don't know, they're so basic, but I really liked them, so that's one reason why I picked it up, because I saw it on a lot of shelves. This month my husband grabbed me Mermaid Saga by Rumiko Takahashi. I'm really excited to read this. I love Mao so far, and a lot of people are reading things, what is it, Iso Sokuko, Masakuku, whatever it is, Maison Ikuku, yeah, Maison Ikuku is what it's called, something like that. A lot of people are reading her works, and she's, you know, worth the hype. So Mermaid Saga is my second work by her, and I'm really excited to get into this. My husband also picked me up Rent the Really Shy Girlfriend volumes 1 and 2. This is a spin-off of the series that I love and the one y'all love to hate. We have another new series, Wrapped in Plastic by Akane Torikai, called Sensei's Pious Lie. It is a psychological, messed up in the mental head thriller. And guess who her husband is? Inio Asano. So if she's anything like her husband, I know this is going to be messed up. This is volume 1 of a series. I'm not sure how long this series is going to be, but this is, I believe, her debut work. So let's see what Miss Asano has accomplished and how messed up her stuff is. I also picked up Island in a Puddle. This is by the creator of Erased. I have not read Erased, but I've heard so many great things about it. I initially picked it up because it looked depressing, and I know that's not a great way to describe it. Can you see it? Hold on, let me get myself out of the camera. But I usually don't pick up things like this, but reading the synopsis, it seems really interesting, so can't wait to get into this. So the next volumes are kind of weird and random, but you guys will see what I'm talking about once I get into it. So I picked up, what is it called? My Brain is Different, Stories of ADHD and Other Developmental Disorders. This is a bunch of short stories of people who are dealing with developmental disorders, ADHD. They have some people with bipolar in there, and it kind of tells how they get through those struggles. Now, I'm going to school for psychology, and I thought this would be something great to have. I mean, it's mixing both of my worlds, so why not? I also picked up volumes 1 through 6 of Billy Bat by Naoki Urasawa. Now, this is not out in English. This is in Japanese, and I got it because I am a Naoki Urasawa fan. I think there's like 15 volumes in the series, but I only got volumes 1 through 6. First off, I can't read them yet, but I will eventually because I am learning how to read Japanese. But it was a really good price, so it's something that I feel like I needed to have. I also picked up what is it called? Young, Alive, and Love. This is a book by the independent publisher Starfruit Books. And the only reason why I knew about this is because my friend Dustin on Instagram, Guilty of Being, is a representative for that company. So he posts a bunch of stuff. I believe he runs their social media page. And this just looks super interesting. So I was also able to get my hands on Sakuran. Sakuran is a very beautiful josei manga. It is in plastic, and I think I'm going to keep it in plastic because it wasn't very well constructed, but I'm very happy to have it. It is a great story. It is a story about a prostitute in the Edo period, and it's a josei, so there's a lot of spiciness in it, and so I'm just very happy to have it. So I also picked up What a Wonderful World by Inio Asano. This is volume 2. Y'all, volume 1 is so hard to find. I hope they reprint it. This is by Viz. So Viz, come on, let's do it. Let's get with it. Print it. I also picked up a Battle Royale Angel's Border. This is a spin-off, or maybe it's a continuation of the original Battle Royale. I really wanted to read Battle Royale, and I saw this and I was like, well, maybe this is good. But my girl Dag said that the art is not quite like the original, which I've seen the art in the original, and it is beautiful. Yeah, she's right. It's not the same. So am I going to read this anytime soon? I don't know. I really want to read the original first, so maybe I'll hold off on this. I also picked up I believe this is a Geikiga, like an alternative type manga called Slum Wolf by Tadao Suge. I've heard his works are really cool, really weird, and really, I'm not sure what category to put it in, but I went through a few of the panels and I'm like, okay, this is interesting to me. This is the type of thing I like to read. Of course, again, I feel like I'm mentioning him the entire time. God dang, Dustin, get a YouTube channel. Dustin is where I saw this first. So Slum Wolf by Tadao Suge. I also picked up Rohan at the Louvre by Hirohiko Araki. As you guys know, he is the author of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Rohan is one of the characters, and I got it because it's all in color. It's all in color, guys. It's all in color. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. This month I picked up 3 works by Shintaro Keigo. Shintaro Keigo is like 15 steps above Junji Ito with the gore and the grossness and the disgustingness and all the stuff like that. But it is also very funny, very quirky, and very interesting stories that he has. So I picked up Dementia Volume 1 and Volume 2, and I also picked up Super Dimensional Love Gun, which I'm not showing any of the panels in this one because this one is highly sexual and I have no idea why it wasn't wrapped in plastic. But once again, like I said, he is 10 steps above Junji Ito when it comes to gore. Now, Dementia is actually about this lady right here. She's a geriatric worker and she is in the running for some sort of big geriatric award that they have. And she's put through all kind of trials and tribulations with a bunch of crazy, quirky old people that have all these, some of them have powers, some of them have just grossness about them. There was a whole thing about robotic teeth, like the robotic teeth were jumping into other people and everybody was affected by this robot. It was just crazy. And the art is insane, just gory. But if you guys want to get into Shintaro Keigo, I highly suggest that you start with this one because it's a little more innocent than some of his other works, less sexual and very funny, hilarious. I actually have been laughing out loud with this story. I also picked up Not Simple by Natsumi Ono. You know what, I don't know what this is about, but I saw a lot of people getting it, and like I said, I'm getting more into alternative or, you know, Geikiga or whatever, I forgot what the actual term is, type of manga. That's not shoujo, shonen, seinen, josei, that type of thing. This is in a very different category, and this is a one-shot. Next up, I picked up Message to Adolf Volumes 1 and 2. This is the complete series. Yo, Prime G talks about this so much. He highly recommends it, and I've actually had my eye on it for a very long time because I love Osamu Tezuka. I couldn't even think of his name. I love Osamu Tezuka. I love his work. It's old. You know, he is the godfather, grandfather of manga. So why not have these 2 beautiful works in your collection? So I picked them up. Another random pickup is Uzumaki, the coloring book. I don't really have to show you guys much about this. It's basically the panels blown up so that you can color them. That way somebody was like, just color your manga. No. Why would I do that? Another random pickup, like this whole section is about random pickups. I picked up the JoJo magazine. Now, okay, this is one of those things where no, can I read it? No, I can't read it, but can I look at the pictures? Yes. And can I keep it as a collectible? Yes. Just like HBO Manga says, it is the collector in me. So I was able to get my hands on 7 Billion Needles, volumes 1 through 4. This is complete. This is a series that I've wanted since the beginning of my collecting journey, only because one of the first YouTubers that I've watched do manga about manga had it, and he was talking about all this alternative type manga. Well, this is a sci-fi, basically alien invasion. Girl gets taken over by the aliens and she has to save the world from the terrible aliens. Kind of reminds me of Parasite and kind of reminds me of Dead Dead Demons, Dead 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 Destruction. But I just had to have it only because of that. So I've got volumes 1 through 4 of that. It's complete. And y'all, it's a good story. So it was worth my spleen to buy. So this month I was able to finish Monster, you guys. I got volumes 5 and 9. This is the last 2 volumes I needed before I was able to finish. I read it so long ago, I really don't even remember it. So I'm going to end up starting it over again. So if anybody want to buddy read Monster with me, that would be great. So volumes 5 and volume 9. And I was also able to get the infamous 1 year, you guys. I believe it was 1 year. It was at least 8 months or more. It was more that this volume 2 of 20th Century Boys was out of stock, and it finally got it. Another series I was able to complete this month was my beloved Inuyashiki with volume 10, because this one, for some reason, everybody thought was out of stock, and I feel so bad for the people that paid retail for, or above retail for this. This was one of my favorite series This is another series that made me cry. I fell in love with Inuyashiki, the lead character, and I will read this again and again. It made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me angry, it made me everything. Such a great series. I was also able to complete Dorohedoro in the months of March and April, and it's kind of crazy because I got all of it in March and April, and a lot of people were looking for it for a long time, but I was not playing games because when I read volume 1, it was so good. I said, I need all of it. I need all of it now. I love it. And so I'm going to end up binging this, but I'm so happy to have Dorohedoro in my collection. I have a few series that I'm trying to complete, and one of them is Bleach. I actually got the box set did I get the box set this month? No, I got the box set in February. Wait, so I have the first box set of Bleach, and I also picked up a bunch of almost random volumes, about 20 volumes of Bleach this month. Not complete with Bleach. You guys know Bleach has like 72, 75 volumes. So I'm still working on that, but I just wanted to throw this in here as well. Another series that I am proud to say that I am working on collecting, and we talked a little bit about it in the beginning, and it is Battle Royale. You guys, I have been searching high and low for this series. I watched a little bit of the live action, loved it. I realized that a lot of things were made from this as an inspiration. This was an inspiration for a lot of things. So I was like, I have to read the original. I'm not going to show you any panels because there are some very gory and very sexual things in there. So I'm just going to have to, we're gonna have to just work with this, okay? The art is beautiful though. Let me see. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can find something for you guys. Okay, I found something. So here is a picture of someone crying, and the crying pictures, you guys, come on, look how beautiful that is. So all the art looks like this. So I only need 3 more volumes before I'm complete, and when it's complete I will start reading Battle Royale, and I'm so excited. Another series that I'm working on picking up this year actually is Dragon Voice. Now Dragon Voice is a series that I actually collected in Japanese, and I got it in Japanese because it was cheap and I thought it was kind of a cool story. I went online and read the synopsis, and basically it's about this guy that they discovered has this wonderful dragon voice. Now I think it's either really bad or it's like growling, so I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm not that proficient in Japanese, so I decided to go ahead and find it in English. And so far I have volumes 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and 10. 10 is where it ends in English. So hopefully I find it so I can actually enjoy it and, you know, kind of cross read in Japanese and in English. All right, last but not least, I picked up one box set these last few months, and that was Claymore. And I'm sure you guys have seen enough Claymore boxes to know what they look like, but I'll go ahead and open it for you. There's the complete series of Claymore, and a lot of people say that Claymore is the female Berserk, and it's true, but this is a really good story. So I've read quite a few volumes already, but this is another series I want to start over and actually binge. So yep, Claymore. Whoo, that was really long. You guys, thank you so much for sticking with me. That was a big haul, and I plan on not doing it again. You guys remember when I said that I was gonna do quarterly hauls? No, I'm not doing this. We're just going back to monthly. We're going back to monthly because that is much easier to get through. That was too much. So thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and give me a like. Go ahead and subscribe. Please share. Let somebody know, hey, she picked up this, she picked up that, whatever. Check out my last video. It was a vlog with me and my husband. We had so much fun. Look forward to my next video. You guys, I have a lot coming. And with that said, peace.